I'm gonna apologize. I still have this cough, so I'm hoping I won't have a coughing attack. But I have plenty of cough drops up here, just in case. So tonight, our theme is all about slowing down to speed up. I'm taking it from personal experience over the last couple of weeks. It's really hard to slow down.
Yeah.
But I find when certain things present themselves, it's the universe, God, however you look at it, sending you a message that right now, it is time to slow down. So just get comfortable here and allow your body to arrive before your mind does. Let your eyes gently close or soften your gaze. Take a slow inhale through your nose and an even slower exhale out of your mouth. And again, inhale and exhale. You wiggle your shoulders down from your ears. We spend so much of our lives moving fast, thinking fast, solving fast, pushing forward, because somewhere along the way, we learned that faster is better, more productive, even more worthy. But our bodies don't feel an urgency. The nervous system doesn't regulate in a rush. And clarity rarely comes when we are moving too quickly to hear ourselves. So today is an invitation to slow down, not because you're falling behind, but because slowing down allows you to move forward with intention. When we slow the breath, the heart follows. When the heart softens, the mind quiets. And when the mind quiets, the body remembers how to move efficiently, naturally, and without force. Sometimes we might have to remind ourselves that slowing down is not stopping, it's just recalibrating. It's creating space so energy can move where it's needed most. As you move through our practice tonight, notice where you might normally push. And instead, choose curiosity. Maybe choose ease. Choose listening to your body over striving or pushing. And trust that by slowing down, you're actually building strength, resilience, and sustainability. You can let tonight be a practice of doing less so your body can give more. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a slow breath out through your mouth. And just stay here for a moment. And enjoy Start to bring some movement back to your body. And gently blink open your eyes. And step your feet in so that they're close to your seat. Stretch your arms long by your sides. And we're going to lift up one leg at a time. The legs up the wall. When you get there, start to point and flex your toes. Maybe roll out your ankles. And give your legs a good shake. And then find stillness. While we're here, I want you to focus on really pushing your low back into the ground so that there's no space between you and your mat. And I want us to practice continuous breathing. So breathe in for 5 and out for 5 with no pause at the top or the bottom. We're going to stay here for about 30 seconds. Moving back to normal. And slowly take your left foot down to the ground. And then your right foot. Let your knees fall open and the soles of your feet come together in Supta Baddha Konasana. Place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And just feel the connection right here. Both with your breath. As you breathe in. And let it travel up your spine. As you exhale, imagine pushing that breath down your spine and out of the base of your spine. And also focus on the energetic connection between your stomach and your heart, maybe your second chakra and the fourth chakra. And while we're here, I'd like to invite you to find an intention for tonight's class. It can be on theme, so slowing down, being present, not letting any sound affect your piece, including my coughing. Whatever your intention is for tonight's class, let's take a deep breath together to seal it. And exhale, let it all go. Let's do one more deep breath in. This time, exhale loud so your neighbor can hear you. bring the soles of your feet down to the ground, knees pointed up to the sky. Then I want you to open your feet so they're as wide as your mat. Knock your knees together. And then windshield wiper your legs from side to side. And add a twist. Take your head in the opposite direction of your knees. And then pause when your knees are on the ground. And the next time they are on the right, let everything fall over to the right and come to a fetal position. And pause here. And gently push yourself up to a seat. Deep breath in, raise your arms high. And exhale, flip your palms and just drag them down so slowly. Imagine they're moving through honey. The slower you go, the more energy you feel underneath the hands. Deep inhale, lift your arms back up high. And this time, exhale and twist over to the right. I want you to stay here for a couple breaths. Try to relax your knees and open them a little bit wider. You're going to push your knees down to the ground. So open up your hips. Just imagine twisting a little bit more with each inhale. And imagine letting go just a little bit more with every exhale. Inhale, back to center, arms high. And exhale, twist over to the left. With all of our poses tonight, because we are slowing down, it may feel like we're holding them a little bit longer. That's done on purpose and intentionally. It's to force our brain and our mind to slow down and maybe let go just a little bit. And notice if you're tense right here, if your legs are popping up, or maybe your shoulders are up to your ears. Again, you can always wiggle around. Think about letting go just a little bit. And not forcing anything. Deep inhale back through center, arms high. And exhale, fold forward. Look with your exhales here and mouth into the ground a little bit more. Your next inhale, walk the hands up to seated position. And exhale at the top. And then here we're going to stretch out our legs. Do the same thing. Deep inhale and five. And exhale, fold over your legs. And this isn't about how far you can get down. This is about release, letting go. Deep inhale here. And on your exhale, walk your hands back up. We'll stretch our right leg out and bring our left leg in. Deep inhale on 5 and exhale. Bend over into that right side and hold here. You could feel like a really nice stretch down the left side of your body. If you can send your gaze under that top arm up to the ceiling, that's going to intensify the stretch. Deep inhale here, and exhale, fold over that leg. Inhale, exhale, walk that hand back up your leg. We're going to switch sides. Just stretch your left leg out, and the right leg in. Keep inhale on 5, and exhale, bend over into that left leg. And again, you can send your gaze under that upper arm to intensify the stretch if that's in your practice. Inhale here, and exhale, fold over that left leg. Deep inhale. And on your exhale, walk both of your hands back up. Bring the soles of your feet together to touch. And stay here. And think about pulling yourself through your arms. And try to have a straight spine. You can stay here. You want to start to bounce your legs. Like I say, take your butterfly and flight. You can see how it feels to be still and see how it feels to move your legs and what feels better. Back to stillness. We'll stay here for another breath. Deep inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Open your eyes if they're closed. And then come over to tabletop position. Shoulders over wrists and hips over knees. When we get here, just wiggle your hips and your shoulders from side to side. Shake everything out. We push back, push forward, push from side to side. And then come to a neutral spine. Inhale and drop your belly. Send your gaze high for cow pose. And exhale, start to round your back and send your gaze to the top of your legs for cat. We'll stay here for a couple breaths, a couple rounds. You can move at your own pace. That's fast or slow. Just be intentional with whatever speed you have. Then come to a neutral spine. Then just walk your hands out into a puppy stretch. And hold here. And step back to a child's pose. Deep inhale and walk your hands over to the right on the exhale. Deep inhale. Start to walk your hands over to the left from your exhale. Deep inhale, walk your hands back to center. And exhale when you get there. We're going to inhale and shift onto our forearms. And then exhale, step your feet back so you're in a forearm plank. Deep inhale here. And on your exhale, come up to a high plank. Pushing your belly button back to your spine. And push your heels back. Deep inhale. And on your exhale, push back to downward dog. When you get here, start to shift your weight from side to side. Pedal out your legs. Let your head hang heavy. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Get out all that tension from your neck and shoulders. And then come to stillness. Deep inhale, reach up, right leg high. And exhale, open up your hip. And then give me 3 big hip circles in each direction. And then back to 3-legged dog. Roll up your ankle. Deep inhale. And on the exhale, bring that right knee across your body to your left elbow. And then shoot it right back up. Again, take that right knee to your left elbow. And then shoot it back up. Last time. Right knee to your elbow. Shoot it back up. And then put the leg down. So you're back to downward dog. Deep inhale, left leg high. And exhale, open up the hip. Give me 3 hip circles in each direction. Back to 3-legged dog and roll out your ankle. Deep inhale. And on your exhale, cross that left leg across your body. Knee to elbow. And back up. Deep inhale, left knee to right elbow. And back up. Last time. Cross your body. And back up, and then find the ground. Deep inhale, gaze forward. And exhale, step or walk to the top of your mat. Let your head hang heavy. And then walk out your feet so they're a little bit wider than hip distance. Bring your hands down to the ground. And let your body hang heavy. Walk over to your right foot. Put a deep bend in that knee. Come through center. And over to your left knee. Tuck your hands back to center. Let your head hang heavy. Maybe toe-heel your feet back underneath your body. Deep bend in your knees. And roll up one vertebrae at a time. Letting your head hang heavy. To the left and to the right. And at the top, we're going to do 3 shoulder rolls going back. And 3 even bigger ones going forward. Feet together, hands by your side. Deep inhale. Raise the arms high. And exhale. Bring them to goal post. Not really pinching your shoulder blades together. And pushing your hips forward so you're in a little baby back bend. Inhale, arms high. And exhale, come back to that same pose. Inhale, arms high. And exhale, flip your palms and let them come down by your sides, moving slowly until they're down by your sides. We're going to grab our balls, and actually, we probably only needed one. We're going to start with our right foot. Actually, before you get on the ball, I would like to just stand and see how you feel. Notice your feet on the ground, have an arch, your feet are flat. If there's any pain in your feet, if you feel a little off, maybe one side. We all have one side that's longer than the other. I'm told that by a chiropractor. I don't really feel it. But I don't know if you guys do. So just see how you feel. And take your ball underneath your right foot. And we're going to start just with about medium firm pressure, going back and forth from toes to heel. For anyone that's done this before, you know that this is like the easy part. This is like the massage. This should feel pretty good. I'm just gonna roll it around. Really get into the meat of your feet. Gonna take it piece by piece. We're gonna come up to the pad of your foot. And I just want you to really press firmly into it, whether that's shifting your body weight over to that side. Coming forward a little bit. See what feels right for you. Put the rolls up, fall back in the middle of our foot to that arches. This is the part that usually isn't so comfortable. Again, I want you to have that medium firm pressure here. And try to press down. Until it's slightly uncomfortable. For a couple of breaths. Now we're going to stay in this area and we're going to roll it out. This too should be medium firm pressure, so it shouldn't feel super comfortable. I want to get a whole bit with that area. And we're going to roll onto our heel. And again, see what feels good. These balls, because they do have a little their texture, they feel a little bit different than the soft ones, the smooth ones. Pull your weight over to that side and push down. That intensifies it a little bit. Also go up on the opposite tippy toes. Take the weight off that side. And you come back to the full length. You just roll again from toes to heel. And that should feel more like massage. Then come off of the ball. And I want you to feel the difference between your two sides. This is always like the aha for me, when I notice the difference between the side that was just worked on versus the side that wasn't. Yeah, just all the tension is just completely gone from my foot. So we're gonna go over to the other foot. Again, we're gonna start with that medium firm pressure, but it should feel more like a massage from toes to heel. Really get the whole width of the foot. Other foot. Can you notice how maybe one side is more sensitive, one side is tighter than the other? They're usually not 100% symmetrical. So move down to the middle part where our arch is. And again, we want this to be a little uncomfortable. Get the roll out that area. You want to get the full width of that area. And moving on to our heel. Start to roll our whole foot. So just yeah. Move the ball out of the way. And come back and see again the difference in your feet. How you're feeling, if you feel a little more balanced, more grounded. You know, at times rolling out our feet, calms our nervous system. A lot of times you might feel some calmness, more grounded, happy. Lots of nerves in our feet. Right? So if we get really tight, and a lot of times that we're not working on our feet, we're not concentrating on working on our feet or releasing them. You might get massages here and there from maybe a nice significant other. Or if you go to get a massage. Outside of that, outside of that, unless we have little tools like this, usually our feet aren't getting massaged. You guys can all go home and tell your students, you know, they said, we're going to do that.
It's a requirement.
Yeah, we have to do it. Take a deep breath in, arms high. And then exhale, fold our swan dive forward. Deep inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, let's walk our hands out. If you can do it on your mat to a high plank. Might have to shift around. And then just hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, shift forward. And exhale, come all the way down to the ground. You're going to untuck your toes. Keep your hands where they are. Deep inhale. And exhale, push up to baby cobra and hold. Deep inhale. And exhale, roll back down. And do that 2 more times. Deep inhale. And exhale, push up to baby cobra and hold. Deep inhale. And exhale, come back down. Last time, deep inhale. And exhale, push up to baby cobra and hold. Deep inhale. And exhale, roll back down. And then push back to a child's pose. Big toes touch, knees apart. This time I want you to have, make this more restorative. So maybe bring your arms, your hands behind your head. Or you could bring them back to grab your feet. And I just want you to pause here. Again, remembering that a lot of times when we slow down, it helps push us to whatever that next level is. And recognizing that our bodies need this from time to time can be a challenge. So if you find yourself in a constant fight or flight, where you're always on, go, 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 maybe you feel super anxious and you're not sure why, that could be a sign that your body is telling you, time to slow down. One more deep inhale here. And then your exhale, push back up and come to tabletop. And inhale and tuck our toes. And exhale, send your seat high for downward dog. Inhale, gaze forward. And exhale, step or walk to the top of your mat. Bring your feet together, deep bend in your knees, and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, sit down into chair pose. Deep inhale. And exhale, maybe sit an inch lower. Deep inhale. And exhale, maybe 1 inch lower. One more time, deep inhale. And exhale, maybe 1 inch lower. Deep inhale. And on your exhale, step back with just your right foot. So you're in crescent lunge. Deep inhale. And exhale. Deep inhale. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Deep inhale, shift forward. And exhale, twist over that front leg. Right, I mess you guys up. On the wrong way. Yeah, over that front leg. Deep inhale here. And exhale, hands down around that front leg. So you're in a low lunge. We're going to plant our right hand. And exhale, lift that left hand up to you. Deep inhale. And on your exhale, bring that hand down inside of that foot. Bring your back knee down to the ground and tuck your toes. And then toe heel your foot over to the edge of your mat for lizard. You can stay here and roll, open your hip. You can find a block. Or you can come down onto your forearms. Whatever feels right for you. You came down onto your forearms, you can come back up. We toe heel our foot back underneath us. Bring that left hand on the outside. Tuck our toes, lift our knee. Come back to a high plank. And we're going to come over to a side plank, sorry, Joan, on the left. You can stagger your feet, bring your knee down, lift your top leg. Deep inhale here. Exhale, hand down to the ground. Come to a high plank. And push back to downward dog. Deep inhale, gaze forward. And exhale, step or walk to the top of your mat. Big bend in your knees. And roll up one vertebrae at a time. Deep inhale at the top. Arms high. And exhale, sit down to chair. Deep inhale here. And on your exhale, maybe sit 1 inch lower. Deep inhale here. And exhale, sit 1 inch lower. Last time, deep inhale. And exhale, 1 inch lower. Deep inhale. And on your exhale, step back just your left leg so you're in crescent lunge. Inhale. And on your exhale, hands to your heart center. Inhale, shift forward. And exhale, twist over that right leg with your left arm. Deep inhale. And exhale, hands down around that front leg so you're in a low lunge. Bring your back knee down to the ground, untuck your toes. Take your right hand on the inside of your leg and then toe heel that right foot over to the edge of your mat for lizard. And you can stay here, roll open that hip, find a block, or come down onto your forearms. And just recognize how each side is usually a bit different, especially when we're looking at our hips. We tend to hold a lot of baggage, a lot of weight, emotions inside our hips. I always find one side is tighter than the other. Sometimes when we're in these hip openers, there can be thoughts, emotions, feelings, memories that come up and out of this region in this area. I encourage you to really focus on your breath here. Let the tension melt away. You came down onto your forearms, you can come back up. Go heel your foot back underneath you. Bring that right hand outside of your foot. Tuck your toes and lift your knee. Come to a high plank, and then roll over to a side plank on the right. Same option here, you can stack, stagger your feet. Come down onto your knees. Raise your leg. Whatever feels right for you. Inhale here. And on your exhale, come back to a high plank. And bring your knees down to the ground. Shoot them off to the side. And come to a seat. We're going to find our backs. So come down onto your back. When you get there, step your feet in so that they're close to your seat. Stretch your arms long by your side. And take a moment to pause and breathe here. Again, I want to go back to that continuous breath. So in for 5 and out for 5 with no pauses. And bring your breathing back to normal. And arms long by your sides. Deep inhale, lift your hips, your low back, and your mid back up to bridge. And just hold here. Deep inhale, lift up 1 inch higher. Then exhale and hold. Deep inhale, lift up 1 inch higher. Then exhale, lower all the way down to the ground, 1 vertebrae at a time. Hug both knees into your chest. Then roll your low back out on the ground. And then go the other way. Hug your right knee in, stretch your left leg long. And let your right leg fall over your left. This supine twist. You can bring your arms up to a goalpost or to a T. We just want to make sure we're keeping both shoulder blades on the ground. And then send your gaze over your right shoulder. Put both knees into your chest. Keep your left leg in, stretch your right leg long, and let your left leg fall over your right. Again, bring your arms up. Maybe you try a different position with your arms this time. And then send your gaze over your left shoulder. Come back to your center, hug both knees into your chest. Give yourself a big bear hug. And stretch your legs out long and wide on your mat. Take up as much space. Grab your blanket, get comfortable. Congratulations, you've made it through Shavasana. And roll out vocal here. The fingers and toes. The legs long. Your arms going behind you, let the body stretch. You can hug your knees into your chest. Roll your back out on the ground for one last time. And then roll over to your favorite side before coming up to a seat. Your hands at your heart center. Maybe eyes closed or soft. And remember from our practice tonight that slowing down doesn't mean stopping, doesn't mean failing. Sometimes it's just what our body needs to get us in that next spot, that next point. Bring your hands up to your third eye, that's starting to your eyebrows. Take a deep breath into your nose. And exhale, let's bow together. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that was nice. As always.